Hello. All right, day 4 of my 5-day commitment to go live every day. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the 2-hour workday. Let's see if we can get anybody to come on here. Otherwise, I'm going to get started pretty quickly. Today is I think it's our last day of our heat advisory in southern Arizona. The high today is 102. We don't get as hot down in southern Arizona as the Phoenix area does, which I'm very grateful for. Hello there, thanks for joining. But 102 is hot, I don't care. Where are you guys joining from? Let me know what the temperature is today, where you are. Or as you're watching the replay, let me know. Let me know what your high temp is today and where you're from. So what sparked today's topic, the 2-hour workday for me, was I was on Threads and I saw quite a heated discussion, quite an emotionally charged discussion going on about the 2-hour workday and the claim that people were working 1 to 2 hours or 2 to 3 hours. Let's see. It's 101 where you're at. Oh my gosh, where are you from? Where are you from? Where you're 101? So anyway, it's quite an emotionally charged debate on whether or not people were being honest about the workday. So I thought it would be an interesting topic for us to talk about together today. I think it boils down to a couple of things. First thing is what constitutes work? Let's not split hairs here, but let's talk about, you're from California. It's that hot in California? Why did I think you guys would be cooler than us? Maybe like in the Palm Springs area? Is that where it gets pretty hot in California? So, when we talk about what constitutes work versus not very productive work, I think when I think about my 2-hour workday, I have to think about it like this. I have to think about it like, I know, because I believe that you have to really know yourself in order to be really productive. Oh, hot springs. Oh, okay. I know the times of day when I'm more productive than others. So, for example, because it is hot in Arizona in the summer times, I know I want to get out for my morning walk around 7 o'clock. Me and my husband get up anywhere from like 4:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning just about every day. And, we have a routine. And I'm not someone who jumps out of bed like wide awake and ready to conquer life, It's so funny because my husband, and his dog are the same. They jump out of bed, they're hyper, they're animated, and me and my dog were like, really, we just want to stay in bed. So I generally always have 2 to 3 ideas on my phone that are ready to go. Like I just need to put the finishing touches on them for my very first reel of the day. I always do like a morning thoughts reel in the morning. And it's usually because I already have B-roll saved on my phone, which is one of the best pieces of advice I think I've received since starting digital marketing is save some B-roll in a folder on your phone that's just small clips of daily activities that you do or interesting things that you see or whatever it might be that you think your audience would be interested in. Save them and then pull them into your phone and edit them in Instagram. And I will generally, like throughout the day, as I'm just sort of scrolling more for pleasure than for work, if I hear a really cool audio, I'll save that. So I've always got some saved audios. I've always got some saved B-rolls. And also, I will say that one of my favorite apps on my phone, I have an iPhone, is the Notepad. Because if I'm out walking or if I'm just doing anything where I'm like, I have an idea, I pull out my Notepad and I usually type it, but sometimes I'll just even use like the little microphone to talk it out. Or sometimes I'll even open up my video on my phone and talk out my idea. So I've always kind of got a little chunk of ideas or, captions or, hi there. I've always got some ideas. So in the morning, as we're sitting there drinking coffee and just sort of waking up, I'll finish that reel that I've got started, and I will hit the send button and get that out first thing in the day. First thing in the morning, I'm getting that out. Not at 4:30. It's usually between like 6 and 6:30. I need to be a little awake. I want my caption to make sense, and I want you all to want to read what I have to say. So somewhere between 6 and 6:30. So I'm spending probably, hi there, I'm spending probably 15 to 20 minutes first thing in the morning. And then again, going back to knowing yourself and how you like to work and how productive you are at certain times of the day, I can't have a lot of distractions. So I make my husband's breakfast, he leaves. I don't want him to be here while I'm working. Then I clean up the kitchen, make my bed, go for my walk. Then I come back and I'm ready. Like if I throw a little laundry or something in, then I'm ready to settle in and get some work done. So then I'll do probably at least an hour of some income producing activities. That's what we really need to really think about. Like, so if I'm in my office and I hear the dryer go off, or someone comes to the door, or whatever life distractions are when you're a person that works from home, I don't always count that as productive time, because every time you get away from the activity that you're doing, you have to settle back into it. So I'm going to say about an hour in the morning. So now we're at about an hour and 20 minutes of the day, right? Here's where I think it can get different for different people. Number one, if you're a beginner, it's going to take you longer to come up with your real ideas, especially if you don't really have it narrowed down as to who you're talking to, who your ideal customer is, and the message that you want to put out there for that person or that group of people. It's going to take you longer. It's going to take you longer, just like, I don't know, learning to make pizza dough for the very first time. You got to do it many times before you really start to get the flow of it, or the hang of it, right? So that's going to affect the amount of time you spend working per day. The second thing is once you kind of have that perfected and you're kind of like in this middle zone, you don't have a lot of, if you're new, you probably don't have a lot of DMs to answer. You probably don't have a lot of emails to answer. So you might spend some more of your workday learning, maybe studying other people that are doing the same thing you're doing, and kind of picking up on little nuances that they do, and so you're doing more of that kind of stuff. But then it ramps up again, because then as you are growing, you have a larger following, you're spending more time on those DMs, you're spending more time in those emails. And then, like the creator of the course that I do, the program that I do, she does 3 pieces of content a day. I'm only doing 2 pieces of content today right now, and I want to work up to 3. I just don't want to put out something that I don't think is good just to have a 3rd piece of content out there. So that's what I'm working up towards. So the amount, that 2 hours doesn't have to be 2 hours sitting in one spot all day long. I'm not somebody, once I'm awake and once I'm moving around, I'm not going to sit anywhere for 2 hours straight. It's funny because I remember when I was a leader in an insurance company, a large insurance company, and I was one of the operations managers for our call center. And so we would do all sorts of things to try to get the call center employees to be more productive. And it was kind of crazy, and I really didn't like it. But we knew all of their indicators. So we knew how much time they were spending on the phone, how much time they were spending when they got off the phone. We knew like almost to the second what they were doing almost every minute of the day. No, we did know what they were doing almost every minute of the day. Because even when they would put themselves in a status that was like away from desk, I would see them walking around talking to their coworkers. So we knew that on average, a 9-to-5er is probably productive maybe 6 hours a day. Maybe 6 hours a day. So keeping all that in mind, I don't know that anybody sets a timer and says, oh, I work a 2-hour workday, but that is the goal. Because once you kind of have it down, once you've really gotten, your systems in place for getting those reels done, getting your content out there, you've got a system for answering emails, maybe you've got DM automations. I don't do that yet, but I know a lot of people do, and I think that there's good and bad to that, so I'm not going to say either way whether I like that. We'll see. Time will tell. But you know what? If you have a great automated system, your system is doing most of it. what you're actually doing and in your workday is not it's not like, like a retailer where you're sending out products, or, if you're an MLMer and you're, doing color matches for people's makeup. I don't know, I'm not much of an MLMer, but you're not doing a lot of those busy activities. You got your things set that you're doing, and the goal is to get as nailed down, get your systems and your processes tight as you can, so that you're only working a 2-hour workday. Those automations on the back end are doing all the work. They're doing all the work. The payment system's in there, the videos are in there, your email campaigns are set up. You go in there when you first get into the program, you go in there and you're setting up all of those systems ahead of time so that you do have a 2-hour workday. It literally can be 2 hours. I don't even know if I work 2 hours some days. And then I guess I will be honest that some days, especially because I'm still in the learning phase, I will sit still for a little bit longer, like in the afternoon, like before I come on here. It is my habit and my practice, because it just is such a wonderful thing in my life, is I always do a guided meditation around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It really just like settles me and grounds me, and I love it, and I don't ever want to give that up. So I do my live at 2, and now I'm gonna go and I'll either watch some more of my videos and my modules in the program that I'm learning, or I'll do some other enjoyable activity that I love to do. Like I really am wanting to like set some time aside and do some new recipes that I've found on Pinterest lately. I love to like try new recipes. I love to read. I'll probably do some of that. Me and my husband enjoy sitting outside, and this is how you know you're getting older. We love sitting outside and watching the bunny rabbits and the birds at our bird feeder in our bird bath. And that's what this is all about. It's like getting yourself so automated and so processed that you don't spend all your life working. That's what this is all about. You don't want to spend all your time working. I used to drive, so I think I would get up at 5 o'clock, be out the door by 5:30, be to work by 6 in the morning, work all day, drive an hour and a half home at the end of the day because I lived outside of Phoenix, and our traffic in Phoenix was horrendous. And then I would walk in the door, cook dinner, eat, clean up dinner, and then maybe have an hour and a half, 2 hours to watch TV, or I don't know what, whatever else people do in the evenings. But that's not the kind of life I want. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for you. So do you have any questions about the 2-hour workday? Here's what I did today. A large part of my work today was setting up my YouTube channel. And that's probably another good point, is you can get yourself really down a rabbit hole when you start doing things like that, because you want to go into Canva and you want it to look pretty, and you want, and if you've never done I have a YouTube channel for my podcast. So I actually have done a YouTube channel before, so I didn't probably go down as far of a rabbit hole this time as I did the very first time I set it up. But I went in there, and because I knew I was going to be doing this video today, I looked for my very first video on my YouTube channel to be about the 2-hour workday. So here's what I want to do for you guys. I want to ask you a favor. If you go over to my YouTube channel, it's Terry Kellums, Terri. You can just search my name. I'm sure it will come up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this to my stories, and I'm going to put a link for that 2-hour workday video that I posted today. And you can hear right from our program creator, her views on the 2-hour workday. If you don't have any questions, let's see, any questions? Oops. They kind of get all smushed up at the bottom, you guys. But anyway, while you're there on the YouTube, if you decide to go into my stories, click on that link, do me a favor and subscribe, because I really want to be able to go live on YouTube. And what did I discover yesterday? I think it's 50. You need 50 subscribers in order to go live on YouTube. So I'm not much of a TikTok girl. I don't know if you guys like TikTok or not, but I just, when I think about the different platforms for talking about this business, I don't know that I'm all that interested in TikTok. So Instagram and YouTube are probably going to be the two that I kind of focus on. Facebook, it kind of goes to automatically. I don't do a lot over there, but you're more than welcome to join me over there as well. But thank you for being here with me today. Tomorrow is day 5. If you have a topic that you want me to talk about, drop me a comment, let me know. Otherwise, I just appreciate you being here, and I hope you'll join me again tomorrow. And that's it for today, guys. See you tomorrow.